Page 111.
Yes.
The heading for
Heading.
sub-program 023001, Management of Police Services. But let me ask it differently. For the human resources part, on page 113, it's the same thing. It's the question. But
Be precise.
it's the same question, Madam Speaker. The question is for the management of the Office of the Commissioner of Police.
But when you come to 113, you ask.
Okay, well then, Madam Speaker, 112. May I have a question on 112?
Yes.
Construction of the Mauritius Discipline Forces Academy. May we have
112. Item
31 112 decimal 049.
049.
049.
Construction of Mauritius Discipline Forces Academy.
Yes.
Academy. Page 112. Yes.
And then?
C'est dans la deuxième part, le deuxième.
May we know from the Prime Minister when is the construction expected to happen, and what will be the capacity of training capacity of the academy once it is set up?
What I remember, this, as you know, this is from a lot of credit from India. But what has happened is there has been an unsuccessful tendering. So they're now re-talking to the financing bank to restart the process.
Okay.
May I?
Yes.
Clarify? Yes. Will the Prime Minister clarify when we can expect construction to be completed? Because we see. No, he hasn't answered.
There are many prime ministers in this house, huh?
Right. Yes, and then what will be the capacity for training of the academy once it is set up?
He's tendering.
That is temporary because they're re-looking at all the tendering procedures at the moment.
Too early, yes.
Thank you, Chair. I'll refer the Prime Minister, Honourable Prime Minister, to page 112, item number 22,900.973, expenses in connection with Safe City project. There's an increase of 150 million rupees. Can we be provided with the information as regard to that increase? Chair, thank you.
They are getting 4,000 intelligence, they call it intelligence cameras. If I remember well, let me see. Yeah, intelligence video surveillance cameras.
Yes?
Yes. 113?
Yes?
Yes.
112 is finished.
No,
No.
112 is finished. That's 113. So human resources, Madam Speaker.
Which one, please?
113.
Yes, but which one? All of it?
Yes, generally speaking. There is. No, there is, Madam Speaker. There is a total there, you will see.
Okay.
2,174. My question was, how many persons in that office are currently employed under contract?
Oh, employed under contract. That's what he wants
I
to
will not be able to say for whole office, but I know for the moment, I know the Commissioner of Police is under contract.
Okay. No question? Yes, Mr. Ramdas?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Page 111.
Shoot, somebody else is speaking.
Page 111, item 22120.
On a fini.
Okay.
On a fini. On est à 113, on a fini. On est à 114 maintenant. Essayez de suivre. Je sais qu'il est tard. Essayez de suivre 114. Okay? No questions. 115? No questions. Yes?
Well, no, 116, actually. That's what
116, okay.
May I ask the Prime Minister, with the item number 31112, decimal 012 D 31
Goodlands.
112
Goodlands Police
decimal
Station.
012 D Goodlands Police Station. Yes. May we have, I see that this is a new project. Where is this police station going to be constructed and what will be the capacity?
Okay, sit down, answer. Do you know, Prime Minister, where?
I remember I answered a PQ on this, I remember. It's exactly the same place. Yeah.
The officers are here, no, but if I may,
Instead of making you wait, I'm answering you.
If I may, Madam Speaker, Chair, the reason for this exercise is to elucidate where is
Shoot!
5 million rupees. It doesn't matter if they've been answered 10 times. It has to be answered here. This is the precise
Madam
reason.
Speaker, I just answered it. It's at the same place where you have but I'm asking, I'm telling you, you don't know, I'm telling you.
Same place where there's already a same place as the actual police station. Okay? Well, you better find out. Moi j'habite aux îles, je sais où est la station aux îles.
Chair, you can't construct something which is already there. Then it's a renovation. You can't.
You're not listening. I said the same place. I didn't see the same building. There's space there.
You will find out. Next page, please. 117, 118, 118, 119, 118. If you don't have, just... You don't have. 119, 119. Stop it. 120, 121. 120.
Mr. Prime Minister, we see that under... Yes, I'm coming to it.
120.
He must be very thankful for all the assistance he's getting
Allez.
with the questions. 31122.
3112.
2.
2.
Okay.
Acquisition of IT equipment.
Yes. Acquisition of other machinery and equipment. Right. Can we have the details of the security equipment at decimal 805 being budgeted for the anti-drug and smuggling unit?
Acquisition of security equipment.
Yes.
Security matters, I can't go into security matters. I know it's for ATSU, but I can't give you more.
No, but it's obvious, isn't it? It is for security. Well, I'm sorry, what is your question? It is so obvious. Well, what do you want to know? To know what?
Exactly.
Security, you cannot detail more than
I cannot give
that.
details on security, no.
121, 122, 123, 122. 122.
Yeah, just a question, Chair. Page 122, item number 31, 121, transport equipment, decimal 801, acquisition of vehicles, light armored personnel carriers. Can we know how many have been procured under this financial year, and now for next year, how many will be procured as well?
Okay.
Actually, for the actual, it's
121,
12.
801, huh?
12.
Okay. Okay, 123. Too late. 124. But you were talking to someone. I'm sorry. 124. Try and follow. 124. 125. 125, yes?
Yes, please.
Keep
22.
awake,
Yes,
awake, all of you.
Sorry?
No, I say keep awake instead, because I'm going to go fast.
Yes, thank you. Page 125, item number 22060, decimal 008 ships. May I know whether the maintenance is being done here in Mauritius or abroad?
Ships.
Yeah, ships. But the ships, yeah, normally they try to do it here. If it's not possible, then they send it abroad.
Okay. 126. 126, 127. Fini? Yes. The question is at the sum of 13,200,000,000 rupees for program code 0230 police services and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
Prison service,
Prison. Beware.
Prisons.
Okay. Which page?
Page 130.
Okay.
Item number 21110, personnel emoluments. May we know the actual overall number of inmates?
Which number, please?
21110, personnel emoluments. Can we know the actual number of inmates in Mauritius?
Mais là, c'est les personal emoluments, pas inmates.
You mean the police, the prison officers, prison,
You mean officers?
143.
Inmates, c'est pas la même chose. Allez, hein? Détenus, non. 131. 131. 132. 133. Stop it. 134. Okay? On a presque fini là. Hein? Prison service. Question is at the sum of 1,202,000,000 for program code 0240 prison services. Stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
Ministry of Finance,
Attends. On laisse partir un peu les officiers. Thank you for coming. The question is at the sum of 1 billion. Ça, je suis dans prison là. Hein? 1 billion. Mais non, j'ai fini prison. Ministry of Finance. The question is at the sum of 388,300,000 rupees for program code 0250, policy and strategy for public finance and economic development, and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Non, ben, il avait demandé. Oui, allez-y. Page?
Yes, 138. 21110, decimal 005, extra assistance. May we know from the Prime Minister?
138.
21110.
2111. Allez, j'arrive. Extra assistance 005.
Decimal 005.
C'est toujours le même genre de vote. Oui. Monsieur le Premier ministre.
Yeah, may I know from the Prime Minister how many advisors he has appointed under this item, and then secondly, if he can provide us with the qualifications and benefits in kind and in cash that they will be entitled to.
I can tell you the name of the advisors, but I will have to circulate it, or you ask a question. I will not know their qualifications, their age, whatever.
But at least
Three.
Sinon, nous aussi, on va donner les nôtres, hein, si ça continue. On peut tous donner nos CV, nous aussi. Allez. Allez-y, vous allez circuler. No, he's going to circulate. Allez, où on est? 140, 141, 142. Yes, yes. Which one?
I raise my hand for page 138.
38.
Yes,
Okay.
item 22030 with regard to rent. There's a substantial increase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
May,
see.
may we know from the Honorable Prime Minister why that substantial
Prime
increase?
Minister.
The increase is not just for building and parking, so but also for equipment and when they do events, facilities for events.
No, he's talking of rent.
Yeah.
Because you also have office equipment afterwards. You're getting the answer. Rent.
This is what I said. It's a rental for a new office at Newton Tower, and then there's a provision for an additional office for Gordon Tower.
Okay? Yes?
Yeah, House of Prime Minister. On the same page, 138, 26313, extra budgetary units, decimal 020, gambling regulatory authority.
Yes.
We see an increase of 10%, 10 million rupees in the budget for this financial year. May we know why there is such an increase for this financial year?
We got the prices, but basically it's a recurrent expenditure of the Gambling Regulatory Authority. This is for compensation of employees and goods and services.
Okay, yes. So now we're in 139, 140, 141, 142, 143. Yes? But you tell me you want to stop. Don't waste time. Tell me which page. Tell me which page, please.
We don't even have time to turn the page.
Moi, j'ai réussi, mais je vais ralentir un peu. Je vais ralentir. Quelle page vous êtes? 140? 141. 141. Allez. 21 ou 22? Chut. Je n'ai pas de lunettes, je vois pas bien. Allez. C'est vrai. Yes, please. 143. Yes. I'm waiting. Yes.
I'll refer the Honorable Prime Minister to page 143, item number 26313.043. The Mauritius Revenue Authority. There is an increase of almost 100 million rupees. Can we be provided with more information as regard to that increase?
You mean 26,323, right?
Sorry?
You mean 26,313? Ah, okay, extra budgetary units, right? Yes, all right.
It is basically for combating drugs and smuggling, and also people undervalue their revenues. They want to upgrade ICT infrastructure and also start using artificial intelligence.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go slowly
145.
and surely. 144, 145.
Yes, under item 21110, decimal 001, basic salary.
Basic salary,
We see-
001.
Yes, we see an increase of 12 million rupees when the HR total number of staff is in fact decreasing. So can we know why there's an increase when the staff is in fact decreasing?
It's not decreasing, it's 325 funded persons here.
Yes.
It's 325 in fact, down from 350, but the base down from 350, but the basic salary is up 12 million. So can we know why there's an increase in basic salary, such an increase, when in fact the funded positions are decreasing?
But in fact, there are provisions for the payment of, the salary compensation for years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025, which have not been paid.
On retourne jusqu'à page 135 avec les inflations.
The salary compensation, may I ask the Prime Minister?
Yeah, once you finish, I have to go back.
Yes,
We lost two of them. Allez,
yes. But
carry on.
I see this salary compensation is a subheading, and you will see that it only amounts for 2 million rupees. So the question again, there is 13 million rupees increase and 25 less funded positions, so please, it doesn't...
They were not paid for all
One
those
moment.
years. That's what it seems from here.
Yes. Members, while calling, it seems that I have not called ministry. There are 2 pages that I must call. Which,
Commission finance, il y a 4 pages.
there are 4 pages for Ministry of Finance, right? So I'm calling Ministry of Finance, page 135. The question is that the sum, we've already done that, but I have to call it. Question is that the sum of 388,300,000 rupees for program code 0250, policy and strategy for public finance and economic development. Those in favor say, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. And then there's another one, which is page 140, which we just did. The question is that the sum of 3,935,700,000 rupees for program code 0251, public finance and budget management, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. C'est bon là maintenant? Now we're back to normal. We are we finish with 145. What? No? Okay.
May I refer the Honourable Prime Minister to page 145, item 22120.008, fees to consultants. Can the Honourable Prime Minister provide the House with information? What are the studies to be carried out, and when those consultants will be appointed? Thank you.
I'm not sure whether I'm getting the right, I didn't hear the right number. Can you repeat the number? It's 145, right?
Yeah, page 145, item number 22120.008, fees to consultants.
This is for consulting services in the recruitment of project managers for the Project Management and Contract Administration Unit.
Thank you. Yes. Now we go to 146, 147, and 148. Yes? 148? 9. Okay, 149. But I have to do, I'm sorry. Je dois faire page 148 avant. Give me time, please. Now I'm on page 148, Ministry of Finance. I have to call this. Okay, the question is at the sum of 635,200,000 rupees for program code 0252, Economic Development and Resource Mobilization, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Now we can move on. We're still on Ministry of Finance. So, 149.
I refer the Prime Minister to 26313, decimal 148 at page 149. 26313, decimal 148, EDB. May we know from the Honourable Prime Minister how many, for the last financial year, how many occupation permits have been delivered by the Economic Development Board?
I know they're doing it regularly, but I can't say exact numbers. I won't be able to say. If they have, they'll
You
give me-
need notice. You need notice of the question. Okay. No, you will provide in due course. Okay. May I do this one? I carry on. Page 150, and then page 151, and then I will have to call. Page 150, 151. Okay?
C'est 148 à 148 à 150.
One moment.
C'est 148.
Oui.
On fait 148 à 150.
J'ai pas fait ça déjà.
Page 600.
Fait. D'accord.
Fini, il est là.
Ok, allons faire page 150. Page 150, c'est bon? Il n'y a pas de questions? Okay, then the question is at the sum of 635,200,000 rupees for program code 0252, Economic Development Resource Mobilization. Stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Maintenant, je suis sur 151. 152, 153, 154, 155, 156. Yes, I have to stop here. So the question is that the sum of 148 million rupees for program code 0253, procurement, policy and services stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
Treasury.
Now we go to Treasury. Treasury, 157, 158, 159, 160. No, 159. Sorry, 159. Okay, the question is at the sum of 226,800,000 rupees for program code 0254, government accounting and payment systems and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those against say no. The ayes have it.
Statistics Mauritius.
Yes, statistics Mauritius.
160.
160. 161, 162. Ok, 162, je vous écoute.
Yes, I know from the Prime Minister, the Honourable Prime Minister, there is,
Page 162.
but you don't even have to answer.
But I'm nice, that's why I answer.
May I know from the Honourable Prime Minister, there is a reduction in statistical officers, quite a considerable one. In fact, 20% statistical officers are being reduced. May we know what is the reason?
I know that they have been reduced, yes, to 113 officers.
113.
13.
It's down from 134.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no problem, particular problem. There's no particular problem. No.
No, may we know the reason why 100% are being budgeted?
Actually, they tell me there were only 1 or 2 officers in post, and procedures have been initiated for the other vacancies.
Okay. So statistics Mauritius. Question is, you have a question? Yes?
Page 161, item,
never mind. We'll allow him. Go.
Item number 26210, contribution to international organizations. There are quite substantial increases in the contribution. May we know why?
Can you tell me exactly which number you're referring to, because
I think it's 26210.
Yes,
262.
10.041.042 and .043.
Yeah. There is the membership for IOS, for ISS, IASS, the annual membership which has to be paid.
No, but it has increased, I suppose.
Yeah, because the prices have increased. The membership
Comment?
price. The membership price must have increased. That's why it's increased.
Yes. Le temps passe. Okay. Can we finish the statistics? Huh? Okay, the question is that the sum of 217,500,000 rupees for program code 0255, provision of statistics, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no.
Corporate and Business Registration Departments.
Okay. The question is that the sum of 190,700,000 rupees for program code 0256, corporate and business registrations, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those against say no. The ayes have it.
Registrar General's Department.
Yes, Registrar General. Attends, j'arrive pas. Il faut qu'il m'emmène. The question is that the sum of 178,700,000 rupees for program code 0257, registration of deeds, documents and conservation of mortgages, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. J'appelle l'autre. Centralized. Okay, members, we are now, I don't know if you can follow, we are now going to do centralized services of government. Okay? Huh? This is the one I mentioned that is out of turn, but it falls under you, Prime Minister. So centralized, page 532. Ça veut dire que c'était après, on l'a ramené avant. Vous avez pu trouver 532. The question is that the 3 billion, the sum of 3 billion, 690 million rupees for program code 2701, centrally managed expenses of government, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those against say no.
Question.
Tu as une question?
Il y a deux.
Yes?
2 pages.
533, 22180, mission expenses, ministers, delegates, and officials. May we know from the Honorable Prime Minister, out of the budget allocated for the last financial year,
Okay.
how much has been spent by his government on missions, mission expenses for delegates and officials? The total cost up till now.
It's difficult for me to tell you the exact cost up to now. We put an item in the budget for so much sum, and then if there's excess, we come out with a supplementary budget. Otherwise, no.
If I may,
I understand he cannot tell you the exact sum.
No, I understand, but he should have the information for the last financial year, which is ending now, 30th June. He should have the amount that has been spent out of the 125 million. We should know how much has been spent.
81 million has been spent.
Good. So now we're going to call. The question is at the sum of 3,690,000,000 rupees for program code 2701, centrally managed expenses of government. Stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Now we have another one. Centralized services of government again. But this one is page 534.
Jusqu'à 536.
Jusqu'à 536.
Put the question. Put the question.
Yes, the question is at the sum of 35,037,000,000 rupees for program code 2702, centrally managed initiatives of government. Stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. C'est bon? Question.
Under page 535, 28212, can the Prime Minister provide eventually to the House, or otherwise if he has it now, the number of beneficiaries that have been paid out under all of the different decimals, sub-programs under this heading, transfer to households? Yes? If you could provide...
Yes, I can provide, I can give you now the beneficiaries for the negative income tax allowance is 2,900. They tell me it's very long, if you prefer, I'll table it. I can table it, yeah.
Okay?
May I?
Yes?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Speaker. On page 534, item number 21110, personal emoluments, decimal 010, service to Mauritius program. May I know from the Honorable Prime Minister the number of youngsters or persons who benefited from this provision for this financial year, and also whether quota for Rodrigues as well from this provision?
All I know is that they have advertised for 300 interns. There are actually only 80 interns. 80? The remaining 220 would be enlisted in the this financial year.
Yes? Yes?
Page 535. 535. May I refer the Honorable Prime Minister to item 28212.054, prime à l'emploi. Can we know the number of beneficiaries?
I need the value, but I don't have the number. Maybe they have the number, they will give it.
You're waiting?
If they give me them, I don't have the numbers.
Attends.
Let's just see, 15,000. 15,000.
1,000. Yes? Whip?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Page 535, item 28213, decimal 029, State Trading Corporation. On pourrait avoir les détails sur la somme de 2 milliards de roupies, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
This is to compensate the STC for the deficits in the subsidy account for LPG, flour and rice. But they have been treated as receivable in the book of the, from the government in the book of the STC. Now government owes some 2.6 billion rupees to the STC for the period July 21, which will end in June 2025.
Yes, Mr. François?
Well, may I know whether this sum also made provision for the construction of a new STC warehouse in Rodrigues?
Not that I see, it's not earmarked in this one. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dubin?
Honorable, yes, Madam Speaker. May I ask the Honorable Prime Minister, under the item 28212, same page, 535, decimal 041, CSG income allowance. May we know the number of beneficiaries that are benefiting from the income?
have to get the
Beneficiaries.
In fact,
number of beneficiaries,
yes.
I will know.
In fact, if I may ask the Honourable Prime Minister, I asked earlier if he could table under the heading itself all the beneficiaries. If he has,
Let us see what,
No, when
what
you
he,
say-
whether he can tell you.
When you say table all, you mean not the names, I hope. No. Number is 370,000.
Good. Okay, now we can move on. Oui, 536, 537. Okay?
636. Seulement 536.
Okay. The question is that the sum, je fais que 536. Je fais 36 d'abord. OK? Vous voulez parler sur 36? Allez-y.
Thank you, Chair. May I refer the Honorable Prime Minister to item number 32155.059, Mobank Holdings Limited. Can we have more information on that amount of 1.4 billion rupees provided in this year's budget?
Yes, this is the provision for Mobank Holdings. They have to repay their loan obligations to African Development Bank, which is 0.8 billion rupees, to Mobank 0.6 billion rupees, loan contracted with ADB 100 million US dollars, and with that was in 2019, by the way, and Mobank 3 billion rupees was contracted in 2018 and still not paid.
Yes. The question is centralized services, huh? 534. C'est bon là. The question is that the sum of 37 million rupees for program code 2702, centrally managed initiatives of governments and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Now we are done with you, Prime Minister.
637.
We got 5. We got one more. We got one more. We got the last one. 537. The question is, c'est ça, hein? C'est ça? Question is that the sum of 4,500 million rupees for program code 2703, contingencies and reserves, and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. That's it. Now we've finished, Prime Minister. You have a question? Okay. 538, c'est pas ça.
537.
C'est 537. 537. C'est bon.
Fini.
On a fini avec le Premier ministre. Maintenant, nous allons...
Deputy Prime Minister's Office.
Avec regret, Monsieur le Premier ministre. Mais non, 537. Mais oui, on va chercher. On va chercher.
538.
Now we're going to take the vote of the Deputy Prime Minister. Hein? Il n'y a pas. Okay, Deputy Prime Minister. The question is at the sum of 22,500,000 rupees for program code 0301, Deputy Prime Minister's Office, and part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. No? Yes? Question?
Thank you, Chair. May I refer the Deputy Prime Minister to page 170, item 21110.005, half of this office budgetary assistance goes to advisors. Can we be provided with the names of the advisors, qualification, and their respective qualifications?
Yes, Madam Advisor. There's one Ambassador Vijay Singh Makan, Senior Advisor on Diplomatic Affairs, Maître Kishore Pietab, Senior Advisor on Policy and Strategic Matters, and Mrs. Daniela Bastien, Senior Advisor on Communications and Strategic Matters, and Mr. Sali Ahmad, Senior Advisor. Merci, merci. Avant même question, il finit une réponse.
Thank you, yes.
Sorry? Of course. You want me to table my tongue? I've just told you.
What more information did you request?
What more do you want? Huh?
You will give their qualification.
Qualification? Well, it's too long.
No, so you will table, Deputy Prime Minister, you can
Well,
table.
the qualifications that an ambassador, a lawyer, a specialist in communication, and a specialist on strategic affairs.
Yes.
May I ask the Deputy Prime Minister, there is 10 million rupees for 4 advisors. How many, the budget is meant to fund how many posts of advisors? Is it for these
10
4
million?
or are there going to be more? There's 10 million rupees.
No, I have 4 advisors. If I need more, I'll ask the Prime Minister.
That's not the question. The question is, there are 10 million rupees. Are we to understand that these 4 advisors are costing 10 million rupees?
You want their salaries also asked?
Yes?
No problem.
C'était indirect.
Mais pas la question de mon papier. Merci, merci, merci. Oui, what next?
The question, Madam Speaker, the question is, there is 10 million rupees for extra assistance.
You want to know
No,
if
if-
these 10 million are for these 4 people.
Exactly.
That's easy to
There's no
ask.
problem. Ambassador Makan, they tell me salaries and allowance, 163 250. Kishore Pieta, maître, 163 250. Mrs. Daniela Bastien, 122 000. Mr. Shafiq Ahmad, 120 000 plus one extra duty allowance of 8,000 rupees per month.
Okay.
You got everything?
Is that all right? Can we, may I do this vote? It's going to be my last for tonight. Okay? No, my friend is going to stand in for me. My friend is going
You don't want
stand
to
in.
leave me alone.
The question is at the sum of 22,500,000 rupees for program code 0301, Deputy Prime Minister's Office, and part of the schedule. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Will you please excuse me? I will ask the Deputy Prime, unless you want to stop here now. You can do some more. I will just, I will take a rest, if you don't mind. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, be seated. Kinajali speaking.
Dire ça, c'est page 171 et 174. Important, page by page. Mas me diga avant.
Ministry of Housing and Lands.
The question.
The question is that the sum of 137,500,000 rupees for program code 0401, Policy and Strategy for Housing and Lands, is set part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Question. The question is that the sum. Oh, you got a question, sorry.
Trop rapide, c'est
So you tell me the page?
Yeah,
and the
page
code, please.
177, item number 22120.008, fees to consultants, house,
Which page you are?
177.
No, let's go page by page. That is the other. Anybody on page 171? No. 171.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Under the item 0401, Policy and Strategy for Housing and Lands, there is the National Development Strategy coming. Which page is that? 171.
171.
The NDS.
On the program outcome.
Yeah. The NDS.
0401.
I just want to know whether this component, there's a component for road rigs under this item.
NDS. No? It doesn't concern road rigs. No.
Will you consider same?
Sorry, it doesn't concern road rigs.
That's a policy decision.
In fact, it does not. The study that has been carried out does not concern road rigs. Full stop. Thank you.
Page 172. Page 173. 173. Page 174. Page 175. The question is that the sum. Sorry? But you have to stop me if you have already prepared other question. You got to stop me when I'm waiting.
They want time to read now.
Okay, you have a question? You have a question? You have a question? Do you have a question? If you have, on which page and which code? Okay, the question is that the sum of 137,500,000 rupees for the program code 0401, Policy and Strategy for Housing and Lands, is set part of the schedule. The ayes have it. Those in favor? Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
Minister of Housing and Lands.
The question is that the sum of 1,210,000,000 rupees for program code 0402, Social Housing Development, is then part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. So we go to page 176. Any question?
176?
176 first?
No, 177.
176? Yes.
176?
Yes. The page 176, accounting office, the construction of social housing units. Yeah, there's no item number. So there is 5,550 housing unit targeted.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, could he at least tell me, the honourable member, the item?
On which page you
There
are?
are no questions.
No, it's on the heading. It's the heading.
Okay, the heading.
Okay.
Yes, the target.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah?
Yes, no question.
Go ahead.
Question is, there is a target of 5,550 houses to be completed for and delivered, that is, for 2026. May we know now, if he's in the position to say, how many of those have already been completed, and if any of those have been delivered, or are they to be delivered?
As I've said, the former government has constructed, and as it says in there, what has been, what's ready, in fact, is provisionally is for 58, but in terms of delivery, approximately 40 has been delivered. I'm really sorry it's not much, but then again, that's a performance of the previous government.
Is it going to be delivered?
No, we will perform.
As and when?
No, we will perform. You can see the huge difference between. No, what I'm trying to say, Mr. Chairman, is that they have delivered 40, and basically within the time that we're in power, we would be delivering 5,550 next year.
That's not the question.
I mean, obviously, the answer is that.
The question is,
Yes.
can you explain how it's going to be delivered? Will it give details? Can you give details? You're targeting 5,558. We want to know what is the delivery program.
Delivery program, I have it here. It is here, which I have it in terms of delivery. Basically, there are several sites. The sites are for NHDC and NSLD. I can table the details.
Okay, you'll table it. Thank you.
Because, in fact, most of the work will be done by this government.
As you said that.
I'm saying it again. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Page 177. You have a question, Honourable Leader?
Thank you, Chair. May I refer the Honourable Minister to item 28212.
Which page?
177.
Yes.
28212.023 with regard to the National Syndic Scheme, which is a new scheme.
Yes.
Can we be provided with information regarding that new scheme?
So, with regards to this scheme, as the figures point out, Mr. Chairman, funds amounting to 40 million have been provided, and it's for the establishment of this new scheme, the National Syndic Scheme, to ensure the maintenance and better maintenance of the NHDC estates, timely provision of scavenging services. So obviously, what we're going to do right now is try to find a solution to a problem that has existed for many, many years. I mean, as the Honourable Minister, former Minister should know, and the Leader of the Opposition should know, there's a lot of money that's been spent on maintenance of property that no longer belongs to the NHDC, and we have to ensure that there's proper maintenance instead of putting good money, which is not really bringing results. So we want to ensure to find a proper solution, have an NHDC, have a syndic that is created in order to be able to provide the syndic services.
Yes, page 177.
On this same item, may we know if this fund is going to be centrally managed, or is it going to be allocated by NHDC housing
Centrally.
estate?
Thank you. Mr. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yes, thank you, Chair. May I refer the Honourable Minister to the same page, item number 28222.018 with regard to rehabilitation of ex-CHA housing estates. There is no provision made in this year's budget. Do I understand that the rehabilitation works have been completed?
I have an explanation with regards to that. With regards to the rehabilitation, as at now, 1,553 EDC houses had been dismantled and replaced by new concrete houses. 1,560 EDC houses were still in existence, whereby there are details which I can table. Now, with regards to the financial clearance was sought in July 2024 for financing of a pilot project on two sites, La Ferme and Dubois, NSIF contribution, which is 66.7% of the cost, government contribution 33.3%, and no further funds have been earmarked for this forthcoming budget.
Same page.
Thank you, Chair. Same page, 177. item number 22120.008, fees to consultants, housing strategy. Can we, yeah?
Could you repeat the item again?
Yes, that is item number 22120.008, fees to consultants, housing strategy. Can we have an indication of the time frame?
There we go. Fees for consultant for housing policy roadmap. As it stands right now, this is a very urgent matter, and we've had only a meeting recently with the senior officers of my ministry, and I've asked that this matter could be wrapped up within 3 months. But obviously, with the procurement process, the time that it takes, I'm always like that. I want to go faster than normally what is allowed. I do apologize to my officers, but as soon as we can do it, but it'll be fast, because it's very urgent.
The question is that the sum of 1,210,000,000 rupees for program code 0402, social housing development, is still part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Now, the question is that the sum of 1,023,500,000 rupees for program code 0403, land management and physical planning, is that part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Question?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'll refer the Honourable Minister to page 179. Is it okay? 179? Yes, that is item number 22070.011, cleaning of islets. Can we be provided with the list of islets to be cleaned? And how will be the procurement process for cleaning those islets?
I confirm that, in fact, there are 52 islets to be cleaned. One of them has already been cleaned. I have a list of various of the islets which I can table, and obviously I can assure the honourable member that everything that will be done in line with the laws pertaining to procurement and totally transparent as usual.
Yes. The question?
Yes.
Thank you.
Same page?
Thank you, Honourable Minister. I'll refer you to the same page, item number 22120.008, fees to consultants.
Yes.
There's a substantial increase. Can we have information with regard to that increase?
That is with regards to, so if I may, in line with Parliament Programme to modernize legal framework to manage land resources more efficiently, ensure sustainable urban development and respond to the challenges of a rapidly evolving society, the Ministry will hire the services of a consultant to draft a consolidated and modern legal framework for land use planning in Mauritius to replace the Town and Country Planning Act and the Planning and Development Act of 2004. Now, the project details are available, and I can table that as well.
On the same page?
Yeah, on the same page.
Honourable
Mr.
François?
Chair, item number 22900.986, expenses in connection with land research and monitoring unit. Can I have more details about this unit and the provisions? What's for?
I'm just trying to find the
22900.986, page 179.
179.
Yeah, that's correct.
Expansion in connection with land research and monitoring unit.
I can't find. Oh. So please, maybe we can proceed with this question. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, you got the question?
What was the question?
the question again? Repeat the
To
question.
to provide us with some more details about this unit and the provisions made, what's for?
I have the details which I can table.
Right, very good. Page 180. Yes, Honorable Leader, opposition.
Thank you, Chair. May I refer the Honourable Minister to item number 31132.101, LAVIMS project. This item has been in our budgets for quite some time. Can we have an indication of the status of the implementation of this project, Honourable Minister?
The digital state land register contract was awarded to Infosystems AA Limited in the sum of 7.9 million on the 17th of July 2018. 70% of contract value already paid. The contract is still ongoing and is expected to be completed by end of June 2025.
Page 181. The question is that the sum of 1,023,500,000 rupees for program code 0403, land management and physical planning, is that part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
Valuation Department.
The question is that the sum of 151 million rupees for program code 0404, valuation of immovable properties, is that part of the schedule. The question on page 182. The question is the sum, page 183, any question? No. The question is that the sum of 151 million rupees for program code 0404, valuation of immovable properties, is that part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those in favor say no. The ayes have it.
Ministry of Environment, Solid Waste Management and Climate Change.
The question is that a sum of 120 million rupees for program code 0501, Policy and Strategy for Environment, Solid Waste Management and Climate Change, is that part of the schedule. Page 184. The question, 186. Oh, sorry, page 186. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. May I ask the Honourable Minister, 21110.005. May we know who the names of his advisors and their qualifications and their remuneration?
There are four advisors, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mr. Raju, Mr. Isham Ibrahim, Senior Advisor, Mrs. Karen Walter, Advisor on Information Matters, Mr. Babu Bhuvansi Baldoran, Advisor on Public Relation Matters. I'll circulate the list with the salary.
Page 187, 188. Okay. The question is that a sum of 120 million rupees for program code 0501, Policy and Strategy for Environment, Solid Waste Management and Climate Change, is then part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is that the sum of 170 million rupees for program code 0502, Protection and Conservation of Environment, is that part of the schedule. Page 189. No, page 190.
Thank you,
Yes,
Chair.
Honourable Leader.
Thank you. May I refer the Honourable Minister to item 22120.008. There are three studies which will be carried out. Can we have an indication of the time frame for the three studies, please?
Study ongoing, Mr. Deputy Speaker, will circulate the time frame.
Yes, yes, of course.
On the same item, and the Honourable Minister under C, environmentally sensitive area maps, provide more details on this project to the House?
Remember, repeat the question.
Yes, I said, can you provide more details on this, on the environmentally sensitive area maps?
Yeah, which is in process and will circulate all the results of the findings.
Page 191. So the question is that the sum of 170 million rupees for program code 0502 protection and conservation of environment stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye, those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is that a sum of 90 million rupees for program code 0503 climate change adaptation and mitigation is that part of the schedule. Page 192. Your question. Page 193. 193, yes.
Yes.
You are one on one.
No, it's good.
193.
Okay, thank you. Page 193, item number 22120, decimal 008, subsection D, coastal risk assessment study. Can we know the list of about this item? Where?
A lot of studies which are being carried out around the coast of Mauritius, around the coast of Mauritius. We'll circulate the list.
193.
The same item, Chair.
Yes.
On the same item, that is 22120.008, may I again ask the Honourable Minister to provide the House with the time frame of those 5 studies listed, and the consultants also.
Well, there is a list of consultants appointed by the previous government and which you are undertaking. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. And you're on the other side. You're on the other side. Mr. Deputy, we'll circulate the list with the time frame and the names of consultants.
The question is that the sum of you know one.
He's found one.
22120, fees, decimal 002, fees to chairperson and members of boards and committees. Will he provide the list of persons he's appointed on these boards and committees?
These are the fees of the board where our civil servants are participating in these boards. We'll circulate the list.
The question is that the sum of 90 million rupees for program code 0503, climate change adaptation and mitigation, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is the sum of 1,590 million rupees for program code 0504, cleaning, greening and embellishment, stand part of the schedule. Page 194. No, 195. 195?
Yes. May I ask the Honourable Minister, 26313, Murray Facilities Management Co Limited. Will he provide the list of the persons that have been appointed on the board and their remuneration, and as well as the chairman and the chief executive?
The Mori facilities and the process are being reorganized, and it is run by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Local Government and the Minister of Finance. So there will be a new board which will be appointed in the days to come.
Page 196. Page 197. The question is that the sum of 1,590 million rupees for program code 0504, cleaning, sorry, which page you are? Okay. Put your question. Come on, put your question. Which page?
197. 26323. Decimal 003. Beach Authority. May we know the members of the Beach Authority are appointed to the board?
Circulate. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Very new chairman of the board, Mr. Raju, and also the representatives of the different ministries will circulate the list with the remuneration.
The question is that the sum of 1,590,000,000 rupees for program code 0504, cleaning, greening and embellishment, is that part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is that the sum of 764 million rupees for program code 0505, waste management and resource recovery, is that part of the schedule. Any question on page 198? 199? 199?
Thank you, Chair. 26313, decimal 156. National Environment Cleaning Authority.
Page 199.
May we be provided with the list of the persons appointed to the board and their remuneration?
The car is on the process again of reorganization from the mess which we have inherited. The chairperson is the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Solid Waste and the representative of the different ministries. So there are no independent members. So we'll circulate.
Non,
No.
PM que vous avez.
No.
Non, ici même.
The same as previous.
Yes. Okay.
22070, decimal 003. Operation of landfill sites. There's a considerable increase in the budget. Can the Honourable Minister provide us with the reason for the increase?
This is because of the contract value. The contract value, the new I would say contract which has been awarded in June last year.
June of last year,
And so it's an increase which has been
provided for in the
provided
contract.
for this contract.
Parce que vous avez continué de dire, on les filme.
Yes.
Article 1, 3.1 billion, which Ramano gives.
The question is that the sum of 764 million rupees for program code 0505, waste management and resources recovery, is that part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honorable Prime Minister. No.
Yes. Chairperson, I move that the Committee of Supply reports progress and asks leave to sit again.
The question is that the Committee of Supply reports progress and asks leave to sit again. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Please resume your chair. Take your seat. Thank you. Honorable members, I have to report to the House that the Committee of Supply has reported progress and has asked leave to sit again. Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I beg to move for the adjournment of the House to tomorrow, Friday, the 27th of June at 3 p.m.
Seconded by the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister. The question is that the House be adjourned to Friday, the 27th of June 2025 at 3 p.m. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The House stands adjourned.